Hi everyone, it's me again, Farrah. And this week's topic, or today's topic, should I say, I wanted to talk about the word. Duh, duh, duh. I wanted to talk about the word tranny. Yes, that word, the T word. Um, just because, for lots of different reasons, obviously, but just now, I just want to say, obviously, this is just my opinion on what I think about this word. And stuff. And I will say now, before anyone else points out, which I've had someone else point out before, I do use that word in my hashtags on stuff. And I'll just tell you the reason why. Whether it still makes me a hypocrite or not, I don't know. Obviously, that's everyone else's opinion. Maybe it does, but then I suppose we're all hypocrites to some extent somewhere along the line. Hopefully, not too much though. I use the term female and tranny in my hashtags on videos and pictures and stuff, just because I know, as far as marketing or promotion goes, that they are searched words. And I only use them because I'm trying to reach a wider audience with my pictures and videos. For whatever reason, whether it's just selfishness of trying to get myself out there a bit more, or just because I know that, if I want to say something important about trans issues, that word is still searched, and something important will still be found through that search. So that's my reasons for using that word in my hashtags, rightly or wrongly. But I just wanted to say that because I didn't want to come across like what I was talking about was saying one thing and then I was doing another. So I just wanted to point out that I'm aware that I've done that, and you can criticize me if you want for it. Maybe it's a wrong thing for me to do, but I'm just being honest and telling you why I do it, and you can make your own decisions as to whether you think that I'm doing the right thing or not, or whether it's something I should change. So if you do, then do let me know, and I will consider what you say to me, because it's all about learning and changing and growing as a person. So I'm always open to that. I think it's incredibly dangerous if you're closed, if mentally, to new ideas and new ways of life. Anyway, so yeah, my view on the word tranny. So um, personally, this is just my personal thing, that I don't mind other trans people using that word around me or to me, or referring to me as a tranny or an old tranny or whatever term you want to use it. I don't really take it as derogatory when it comes from one of my peers, as it were. But anyone else using that term around me or to me, I take offence to. I don't know why, but for some reason, um, I feel like other people outside of the trans community don't have the right to use that word, and I kind of feel like we've earned the right to use that word. And I think the reason why I use it with me and my friends, because me and my friends do call each other tranny, um, just in an affectionate way almost. But I kind of think, because you work so hard to get where you are and all that kind of stuff. That word, we kind of use that word as a reward, that we are allowed to use it because of how far we've come or what we've done in our life to get to where we are. So that's kind of the way I look at it. I don't like other people using that term to me or around me. I find it offensive. And also, I knew that was going to happen at some point. I'm sorry, I'm popping out my clothes. Oh, this God, that's so embarrassing that it happened on camera. It's quite funny, actually. Sorry. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought, and I'm sure you have as well. I'm sure you're just looking at boobs. Anyway, let me just try and carry on now. Where was I? Yes. So, what I wanted to say was, yeah, I just don't like that word being used by other people around me or to me if they're not part of my trans community. Even if gay people use it, I don't like it. Um, But I think that the reason that word is used, again, with everything else with trans, is that there's a lot of misunderstanding towards us and around us, And I think, rightly or wrongly as well, just from the LGBT thing as well, is that, like, I love being part of the LGBT. I think it's a great thing. But I'm just saying that even in that itself is quite confusing, because the gay, lesbian, and bisexual people, this is about their sexuality. Whereas for us, being trans, that's our gender dysphoria, however you want to call it. Just trans people can still be gay, lesbian, and straight. or bisexual. You know, we can still be all of those things because who we are as people that we're being labelled as is about our gender, whereas gay, lesbian, and bisexual people are being labelled for their sexuality, and we're part of that rainbow, which is a great rainbow to be part of. But I'm just saying that even in that itself, that confuses people about trans people. And even talking to one of my gay friends the other day was telling me that some gay people that he knew did not know the difference between a transvestite and a transsexual, which is quite, in this day and age, I find quite worrying that they don't know the difference. I just think that I think a lot of people assume, rightly or wrongly, that most people would understand what the difference is. I mean, maybe you'd like me to do my opinion of my definition of the difference between all the categories. If you want me to do that, then leave a comment in the section below and I will do that as well. But I just assumed in this day and age that most gay and lesbian people would know the difference between transvestite and transsexual, but clearly some people don't. So I find that really interesting. But yeah, I suppose this is just a quick little video of me talking and showing my breasts. Not on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose, although I was aware of how tight that was. Anyway, so that was just my opinion. A little short ditty video about the word tranny. I'd be interested to hear what some of you think as well, because it is a touchy subject. I try and take everything. I try and approach all subjects with a smile and a little bit of human comedy. That's just the way I deal with things, and some things that may be a bit upsetting or hurtful. Obviously, some things that are more serious, I don't laugh at because there's a time and a place to use comedy. But I just mean generally, I try and keep a kind of lifted view on things because it's not a good idea to be too serious about everything. And I definitely don't take myself seriously at all. I think it's really important to have a sense of humour, especially when it comes to yourself, because otherwise we're just going to be offended left, right, and centre. And I think you can tell if someone's being rude or if they're asking a question or if they're saying something naively, even if it is extremely inappropriate what they're saying or doing. You can tell the way that someone's approached this question, and I think I think it's important for us to approach our response in meeting them in the same kind of place. If someone that has said something without realizing they were being offensive, I think it's important for us to not scream at them of how rude they've been when they clearly weren't trying to be rude. I think that's important as well. That's just my opinion, but I think it's important to respond back the way that someone's responded to you. In the same way as well that someone's extremely rude to you, I don't think, I'm not saying that you should attack this person physically, but I'm saying that if someone is extremely verbally rude to you, being nice back to them is not going to work with that kind of person. You need to be very forceful and very clear that this is unacceptable. Anyway, that's it for this one. Have a great day, everybody. Lots of love.